why robotic surgery versus the traditional manual approach?
Age-old movies, people do think, and there has been dispute. So there is an idea that robot comes and does the surgery like in some science fiction alien movie. But that's not the truth.
So, does the robotic knee replacement translate to less pain or faster return to walking?
Definitely yes. So as I told you, to understand that, we should deep little bit into the conventional approaches.
Do you think the lifespan of the implant increases by about 10, 15, 20 years?
First of all, approach to the joint. So approaches are becoming more and more minimal invasive.
Imagine a surgeon. They are highly trained, incredibly skilled, but they are also human. They get tired. Their eyes can be tricked by the shadows. And when it comes to shaving a few millimeters off a bone to properly fit an implant, the human margin of error used to be the only option. But what if we could combine the skills and the experience of a master surgeon along with the unshakable precision of a machine? What if we had a partner in the operation theater who never gets tired and who can see things that the human eyes can't? We are not talking about science fiction, nor are we talking about the Terminator taking over the operation theater. We are talking about the new standards of care that we offer at Gleneagles Hospital, Mumbai. Dr. Girish, let us address the elephant in the room. When we imagine robotic surgery, patients always think of a robot standing next to the operating table and the surgeon standing in the corner sipping coffee. So, what do you think is the reason and why robotic surgery versus the traditional manual approach?
So robotics, the way it has been perceived through age-old movies, people do think, and there has been dispute. So there is an idea that robot comes and does the surgery like in some science fiction alien movie. But that's not the truth. So robot is basically a machine. What it does, it increases the precision of your surgery. Surgery is not done by robot. Robot is a robotic arm which a surgeon controls. The whole crux to a successful surgery is not something being done by someone else. It is the plan is been completely precised and templated within the surgeon's mind. We now hold a technology and a software over which we load patient-specific CT scan onto our computer and do the surgery on the computer. So there are certain rules and parameters under which a particular robotic joint replacement should fall. Evolutionary basis, we have certain alignment concepts onto the human body. In Asia, in India, we are a much diverse country and we have much more different phenotypes. So a joint replacement surgery is not something as an emergency. It is basically to enhance your lifestyle. Right? On those lines, we need to offer a joint replacement to a person in that age group so that the rest of the life will be much as per his own terms. So he does not have any dependency on others. And joint replacement basically does that for you. So giving you an implant does not only suffice by placing the pathological bone ends, but it also aims at realigning your alignment to your pre-arthritic alignment. So this is the crux. And when you have the principles, you can plan it precisely. The execution is what helps us with a robotic technology.
But we have been using the traditional manual knee replacement for decades with very good outcomes. So why the need for robotic knee replacement?
So it's absolutely true. Try to understand. Human body is evolving and evolution is a part of our timeline. So the human beings which existed around 100 years ago and more before that, and the usage, the lifestyle is changing. We are more into a sedentary lifestyle. We are more into a sitting lifestyle. So the demands are varied. Plus, we cannot apply the same rule for all. There are people who are into professional sports. There are people who are into sedentary lifestyles, and the spectrum is very vast. Two is the genetics. In India, we hold a very wide genetic pool, and sometimes your phenotypical characteristics are determined by your genetics as well. So what happens is, it's not just, as I told you, to give you a new joint, but it's to rematch your alignment. Yes, conventional joint replacements has been holding true, but if you apply the same principles which were dictated in 1988 and we follow it through, the technology was limited and certain principles were mandated to a possibility that majority of the surgeons all over the world will be able to replicate that. But now the understanding of biomechanical axis, the anatomy of particular joint, the functional demand of the patient, the various phenotypes, it's much varied. And now we hold a better understanding with which we can offer this particular joint replacement surgery to that patient. Also, the same or there is an inter-surgeon change, or for that matter, even a same surgeons. Imagine a high volume surgeon who is operating 4 to 5 surgeries per day. The same surgeon cannot offer the same surgery for she did in the first case in the morning versus the fifth case in the evening. So, robot allows us to have that understanding, absolutely eliminate the human error, and be precise. It's like hitting the dart to the bullseye every time you offer the surgery to each class of patient, whichever phenotypical difference they come with.
So, Dr. Girish, one common complaint that patients have is about post-operative pain. So, does the robotic knee replacement translate to less pain or faster return to walking?
Definitely yes. So as I told you, to understand that, we should deep little bit into the conventional approaches. So as I told you, the human evolution is continuous, and now we are able to define 9 types of biomechanical axis alignment. See, the way we have evolved from quadrupods to biped, there was a evolutionary cycle where hip, knee, ankle axis, which are the weight bearing joints of your body, are supposed to be aligned in a straight line. But really, is it possible for each and every one of us to be exactly perfect? No. But the principles on which the conventional joint replacement was defined was being based on this principle that the hip, knee, ankle axis should be absolutely straight. So if we contrapolate this particular principle to all the entire population of this earth, we will be doing justice only 3% of patient load.
Right.
But now that we have identified 9 type of axis, it is very much geographical phenotype also. So like in our South Asian population, we do have an more demand to be sitting cross-legged.
Right.
Even normal sitting, we have a tendency to put our legs into a cross-leg position. So in general, Asian population are not, first of all, as good as Caucasian population in terms of height, in terms of bone strength. India predominantly being a vegetarian population, we do have a different bone mass density, our protein content is different, our muscular strengths are different. Our average height is 5'2", 5'3". So obeying those principles will not do justice. So conventional joint replacements techniques were based on certain instrumentation, and the instrumentation had certain parameters which were being followed for so long. Knee is a very forgiving joint, or for that matter, our human body in Indian subcontinent is very much flexible and very much hypermobile. So we are more flexible body types concurring to our Western population who are tall, rigid, and not have that much flexibility. So we Indians get adjusted easily. But having said and done that, even there are a group of patients which would say, हमने बहुत अच्छे एक एडवांस्ड और एक्सपीरियंस सर्जन से करा, लेकिन फिर भी वो थोड़ा खिंचाव है, थोड़ा हम लोग उसको एलिमिनेट करें. वी आर ट्राइंग टू एलिमिनेट एंड गिव 100% रिजल्ट to each and every person that walks into our OPD.
So, a follow-up question would be that many of the patients also complain that in the traditional method, the joint feels artificial.
Yes.
So, do you think with the robotic knee replacement, will it give the feel of a natural or the original joint?
So there comes the answer to your question, that what are we doing different? We are answering your own tissue strength. We are answering the originality of your ligamental strength. So not only are we giving you a pain-free joint, but we are making you feel more natural, because we are returning you to an alignment profile which was more natural to your body type before arthritis could set in. Right. So what has happened is, how do we do that? The question you can ask me is that a patient will come to my OPD who's much elder, 70 years, 80 years. I may be a child when that patient was walking his normal gait. Sometimes the patients were not sick. I don't remember how I used to walk in my younger days. How would you re-establish that alignment? Because now we are balancing. Joint balancing is the key to your successful joints. So we are balancing your ligaments. You have a muscle memory, you have a ligament memory. So when a new alignment is set, before even taking the cuts or before even performing the surgery, we now hold a technology which gives us alignment which would be true to your personal self. That is, we do a very much stringent pre-operative customization of this joint. Also, because now we hold this technology, we have very minimal soft tissue releases. To approach to the joint is very important.
So you talk more about the precision in which an implant is placed. So do you think the lifespan of the implant increases by about 10, 15, 20 years?
Perfect. So if you traditionally look into the older scenarios where patients used to very commonly ask this question, डॉक्टर साहब ये घुटना कितना चलेगा या ये जॉइंट रखने मेरे को वापस से रिवीजन का ज़रूरत पड़ेगा क्या? तो हमेशा डॉक्टर यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज आंसर कि ये घुटना 5 साल चलेगा, 7 साल चलेगा. बट अभी what we are trying to do is, first of all, approach to the joint. So approaches are becoming more and more minimal invasive. Right. That means we do not cut open any muscles. For example, when we are approaching a knee replacement, we do it by minimal invasive subvastus infrapatellar approach. When we are approaching hip replacement, I am one of the very few surgeons of this country who does a direct anterior approach, in which the traditional posterior approach is no more required. Similarly, in shoulder replacement, I do a subscapular sparing approach. And in elbow, we do something called tricep sparing approach. So all these muscle sparing approaches have enabled us to do not disturb the soft tissue coverage. When you do not disturb your soft tissue, when your ligament strength is well balanced, when your alignment is very much pre-planned and executed in that, the amount of pain is very less, the requirement of physiotherapy is very less, and the recovery is much more faster. The return back to your activities of daily living is very, very immediate, to an extent कि knee replacement patients, within the same day we make them stand and walk. Within a couple of hours of the surgery, all our patients will walk on the same day. They will be discharged within a span of 2 days. They will go home without any dependency on any other, with unlimited access to walk freely, unlimited distances, take staircases, and do your commercial training as well.
So how do you select patient? Is it like robotic surgery fits all? Or there are some patients you would recommend open traditional manual approach, and some patients you tell them to opt for a robotic surgery instead?
So if it was in my hand, definitely, because there are so much more advantages to the technology and we have so much of more precision that we can calculate and even predict the future outcome of the surgery. If it was in my hands, I would have suggested robotic joint replacement to all. However, it is also true, is it practical? So patient selection criteria does play a major role. You are absolutely correct in your question. There are a subset of patients with which robotics will do wonders to them. For example, now in our scenario, we see, so as I was telling you, there is a hip knee ankle axis, but then we see patients do not come to us very early in their arthritis. They come to a situation where their ligamental strength is very much unbalanced. Their deformity has increased to a part where they want to take stick support to mobilize themselves. Patients usually say to get up from a seated position is very difficult. मैं बैठ जाऊँ तो उठने में तकलीफ है, चलने में मुझे imbalance लगता है, मुझे डर लगता है कहीं मैं गिर जाऊँगा या गिर जाऊँगी. So all these situations are making robotic joint replacements a boon to our medical science, where we can not only offer a pain-free joint, we can offer them 100% confidence that they will have to not use their prosthesis or the stick support anymore. So that really adds quality to the life of the implant, to the life of the patient. People who have given up their aspirations, कि I want to do this pilgrimages, or I want to go out with my family vacationing, I want to play with my child or grandchild, this is something which they can offer very confidently.
Thank you, Dr. Girish. That was very informative, and we will continue our conversation in the second part.
Gleneagles Hospitals, where good people make you feel better.